Hi, Shelley. I want to first do an introduction to the lesson, and then I am going to somehow do the lesson with my roommate. I'm not sure how that's going to turn out, but hoping for the best. So, to start off, it is a guided writing lesson, and it's part of the unit plan about adventure and journeys. So, first, we've extensively read Kamiko and the Dragon. So, the students know about the language. We've talked about the grammar and how they all work together to suit the purpose of the text. Now, this lesson is focusing on the language features and how they contribute to the text. So the students will choose one feature from the text and copy that feature in their own story writing. It's from the content descriptor. This is for year 3. The content descriptor is create text that adapt language features and patterns encountered in literary text, for example, characterization, rhyme, rhythm, mood, music, sound effects, and dialogue. So obviously music is a bit hard to do, but I want the students to focus on how that language is used for the purpose of the text. And I want them to mimic how the author's written the text. So once again, this is about Kamiko and the Dragon by Bryony Stewart. They have a digital, audio, and physical book copy for any students with any difficulties. This way it's multimodal, so everyone is included. So for previous knowledge, they've already analysed the features, the language features. We've covered why there is a purpose for language features, what is the author trying to do by writing this way. We've also modelled examples on how to mimic language features in their own writing. Because this is a 10-minute rotation, it's not able to cover everything in one lesson, so this has been previously covered in previous lessons. So they have a lot of prior knowledge. So this lesson, they use a picture stimulus from Pobble 365 for the students to write about. In this case, I'm just going to choose a random picture. It's mainly so they have a starting point because it's not about the actual stimulus. It's about their own writing. And we've already talked about language features, and they have their own freedom to mimic whatever language feature that they want to. This gives a chance for students to decide their own creativity levels and gives them that freedom rather than sitting them down and going, this is what I want you to do, this is the only way to do it. Because in grade 3, they're already starting to gain their own independence in their learning. And because this whole unit has been about all these adventure and journey storybooks, I think it's really important that we let them choose their own journeys through their learning. This kind of activity does give a lot of freedom for one-on-one conferencing. Also checking spelling at the very end or later in the day. It's a 10-minute activity, so it's a quick write, which the students have already done in previous units. By this time, they do know how to quickly write. It's not focusing on the length of what they write, but more on the material that they do write. So if they only do a paragraph, half a paragraph, that is fine as long as they've still mimicked those features and is apparent enough. Uh, I'll jump onto the teaching demonstration. This is going to be done with my roommate. All right, class, today we're going to be doing group rotations. Yay! As you know, we have been covering Kamiko and the Dragon. We have talked about the language features. Do you remember what language features are?
Yeah. Characterization, rhyme, rhythm, mood, music, sound effects, and dialogue.
Awesome. Great job, Luna. Now, today we're going to do a quick write. And we've been doing that all year long. So you know exactly how to do a quick write, thinking very hard and remembering how quickly you can write. And it doesn't matter on the length that you write for this one. It is about mimicking those features that you just listed. Now, do you remember what Kamiko and the Dragon is about?
Yes.
Fantastic. Now, our learning objectives today is that you're going to choose one feature, one language feature from the text and copy that in your own story writing. Does anyone have any idea of what they might mimic in their own writing? Yes, Luna?
Characterization.
That's a really good idea. That's what I would probably do as well. Now, do we know why language features are important in writing? Luna, do you want to take a guess?
Because they build the story.
Perfect. They build the story and they also give a context and purpose for the story. So it's really important that when we write, we always think about the language features that we're using and analyze them as well. Now, today, we're using Pobble as our picture stimulus. The picture stimulus is a girl in the attic, which is why the picture is called The Mirror in the Attic. But the girl in the attic is touching her mirror and it's sending a ripple through the mirror and through her reflection. Now we're going to use that to build our story, but we're going to use those features from Kamiko and the Dragon. Now, we're going to do these as rotations, so you know the other rotations that we need to do, but this is the first one. Now let's start on rotation 1, and Luna, you're doing rotation 1 with me. Now, do we remember what we're doing for rotation
1? Characterization?
Yes, that's what you want to do. So we're using the characterization from Kamiko and the Dragon to write about the picture stimulus that is up on the whiteboard at the moment. Now, do you want to start? Do your quick write?
Okay.
And if you finish early, you can draw me a picture.
I love drawing pictures.
Luna, can I have a look at what you're writing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's real. I can see that characterization coming straight through. I really like the way that you've included all this writing already. Now, that was a very quick write.
Thank you.
Now, do you think there's anything that you could work on for next time?
Maybe my description.
Yeah? Do you think that's maybe you could write down as one of your goals to do is a description every time?
Yeah.
And can you tell me how you've used the characterization?
I've used it to build the character, like to help create who the character is and what they do.
Yeah, that's really good. And I can see that you've copied Bryony Stewart, who's the author of Kamiko and the Dragon. So I can tell that you've really connected with the author on this. And I can see that you've also drawn me a really nice picture. Now, do you think that maybe you had any difficulties, or is there anything that you would do differently next time?
Well, I had difficulties like starting, just getting the right words to start the sentences. How to like create an introduction.
Okay, so some sentence starters would have been really good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind for next time. Next time I know Luna needs a sentence starter.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're finished up with today.